Hi, I'm Rachel. This is Body by Bender Mat Pilates. We're gonna do about 25 to 30 minute flow today. A little bit more focused on kind of like stretching, a little more mellow than we normally do. But we are gonna get started on all fours on the mat. And just to start, my favorite thing in the world, you know where this is going, people. Let's get a little cat-cow just to begin. So that head and tailbone tip up towards the ceiling. And then we round the belly, scoop up the spine. Going back and forth here. I just love stretching my spine more than anything in the world. Like, this is just like if I was a dog, this would be my kind of the scratch behind the ears movement for me. So I make everyone else do it because I like it. One more time each direction. Come into the center, find a nice neutral spine with your back, and I want you to tip your left foot off of the mat. So you've got the left toes lifted up, and we're gonna do a little bit of a kind of a tail wag. So we're gonna turn our foot over our other foot that's on the floor. Turn your right shoulder over to look at your left foot, and we rotate out to the other side. So the back is gonna stay flat here. We're just twisting side to side instead of arching or rounding. So it's like you're trying to get your shoulder to your foot behind you. The big juicy twist. And keep lengthening out of the waist here. One more time each side. Come back to center, put that foot down. Let's lift the right foot up. And we do the same thing. We're gonna look over the left shoulder, look at the foot, other side. You're just giving that foot a nice stare, possibly noticing, maybe like me, but there's a lot of dirt on your socks. It's not that cute. Or maybe your heel needs some lotion. Just things to think about. Self-care. Twisting back and forth. Deep breath in and out. Good. One more time each side. Come back to center. From here, I want you to walk yourself out, walk the hands out, step the feet back, press yourself up into a plank position. So we're gonna check in right away for a nice good form. So those shoulders are right over the wrists, the heels are reaching back. We're opening up the collarbones, pressing away from the floor, belly button's drawn in. From here, I want you to go through your spine in a wave. We're gonna lift up first, right at the cervical spine, through the shoulders, lift all the way up to send your tailbone up to the sky. And then round through your back again. We wave forward, starting at the base of our spine, rounding down into that plank. And we're gonna take this really slowly today. Lifting up and lowering back down. I want you to articulate through each vertebrae in your back as you lift up and down. Abs are pulling in the whole time. Trying to flex those feet, send those heels back. Legs stay long. Big scoop as we lift up, rounding. If you feel things cracking, good. That just means blood is flowing. Let's go 2 more times. Round it up. Wave through that spine. Articulate back down. Last one. Good. I actually want you to hold at the top. Hold in that kind of mountain downward dog position and separate your feet so they're about hip width apart. We're going to take your right hand, bring it down to the left ankle on the outside and get a big twist for your spine. Ooh, ow. It feels good, but God, that's juicy. Keep stretching. If you can't reach for that ankle, you can absolutely just grab on the inside of the leg, wherever you can get a nice hold, and see if you can twist your spine. When you're ready, come back through center. Bring that left hand to the outside of the right ankle or the inside, wherever you can get a nice hold, and twist, stretching your gaze up towards the ceiling. Abs are still drawing in. Give those internal organs a nice little massage. Come back through center. Roll yourself back down into a plank position. Bring your feet back together. Set your knees down, press back. Find a little child's pose. You can open the knees out wider so your torso has a place to go. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. From here, I want you to press up onto all fours again. And bring your heels together, toes apart. And just kind of you're gonna play with the positioning a little bit, but you're gonna lift the knees up, send the knees back, knees are out wide, you're kind of in a big frog squat, and we're gonna reach forward, find a plank. Hands might need to move so you can find that good plank position. Then we press back, reach it forward. Finding a big deep squat, keep squeezing the heels together the whole time. That will help you activate the inner thighs as well as the glutes. Abs are gonna draw in. Try to keep your chest as low to the floor as possible when you press back. So we're not rounding through the back. Back is staying flat. It's almost like you want to tap your knees down on the mat when you press your hips back. Let's go for 5 more here. And again, just take it nice and slow. It's not a race. You don't have to pretend like you're trying to jump over somebody. 3 more. 2. Good. Last one. Come all the way, find that plank for 1 more second. Check in, find that good posture, hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Bring it all down. Again, child's pose. Those knees send out to the side. Forehead can press down. Big inhale. Big exhale out. Good. All right, we're gonna flip on over to our backs now. I think my arms feel pretty warmed up. Let's do a little more abs though, because I love it. Let's start off by just bringing our hands right behind us. Fingertips facing in towards you, shoulders down the back, so you have that nice big capital M shape with your body. You're gonna hover your feet up into a tabletop position. On an inhale, I want you to send the legs out and press the arms back behind you. Exhale, reach everything back in. So we're kind of going for like, it's called suitcases sometimes. I don't really quite get why, but I just really kind of think more like an accordion. So you're reaching out, pulling back in. Hands are just there for a little bit of support. So you shouldn't be like pressing down heavily into your palms. I'll explain why in a minute, because obviously, of course, we're gonna move those hands. Let's go in and out though. 3 more times here. 2 more. Last one. Bring those legs down for a second, take a reset. Sometimes the hip flexors get a little tight on that one. If you're feeling that, just try to open the knees out to the side a little bit, get a turn out. That should help take a little bit of pressure off your legs. We're gonna bring those legs back into tabletop. And I want you to reach the hands out in front of you now. So you're kind of in like a high boat pose, like in yoga. We're gonna reach everything away, crunch to come back up. And if this is too much for your body today, just bring the hands behind you. You will still feel the work. And again, turn those legs out if it's getting a little too pinchy in the hips. Let's go for 5 more here. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Bring it all in. Whew. Let those knees fall into your chest, come onto your back. Plant those feet flat on the floor. Let your knees fall and twist to one side. Ooh, that feels great for my quads. Twist open. Try to send those knees as far away from you as possible as you twist to get a little extra quad stretch. And then twist the other side. Good. From here, we're gonna come into the center of our mat. So we're gonna stay on our backs. Feet are gonna be flat. Knees are bent. So by the center of the mat, I mean just don't move. Just stay where you are. Arms are gonna come down by your side. Let's start with the feet about hip width apart. We're gonna go into a little bit of bridging here. So I want you to start by tucking that pelvis right underneath you, rolling up bone by bone until just the tips of your shoulder blades are on the floor. So just the bottoms, not the top. And roll back down. I don't want anything up kind of at the top of your shoulders. I want your neck to be very relaxed. Like if you felt for your throat right now, it should feel nice and loose. You shouldn't be holding any tension in the neck, the chin, the throat. Focus on keeping the work and the tension down in the abdominals and in the glutes. Those are the muscles that are helping you lift up and stabilize, keeping your low back protected, and strengthening all those important postural muscles that exist in your glutes, in your hamstrings, in your quads, in your abdominals. Strong glutes will give you the best foundation for everything in life. You'll have good posture forever if you have really strong glutes. Let's go for 4 more here. Big exhale as you lift up, articulate back down. 3 more. Keep trying to send those knees out over the toes, stretch the quads. Last 2. Good. Reach it up. On this final one, of course, I want you to hold those hips up as high as you can. I just want you to turn your feet so they're a little bit turned out now. So just the toes turn out, heels are in towards each other. And we're gonna flutter those knees out to the side 1 more inch. Out and in. Tiny flutter. I don't want you to open the knees all the way out to the floor. I want you to control it. It's almost like imagine you have one of those looped elastic bands on and you're just pressing out into that resistance. 1 inch. But you're making that resistance yourself with your glute muscles. Yes, you can. Let's go for 8 more pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Hold the hips up high, turn the feet back in. And I just want you to pulse the hip points up straight towards the sky now. Up for 10, 9. Squeeze the glutes, 1 more inch to lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way down. Relax for a second. Just let your body mellow out. We're going to do a couple more variations here for our bridging, then we'll be on our way. So I just want you to cross your right ankle over your left. So the knees are stacked next to each other. We're going to get a little more inner thigh activation here. You might want to walk your feet in a little bit closer to you for this one, but totally depends on the length of your femurs. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the thighs together. We start to roll up. Press the legs into each other as much as possible. Squeeze from the inner thigh. Roll back down. Try to lift both hips at the same time, keeping the hip points even in the same plane. One hip isn't lifting faster than the other. We're just gonna go for 4 more here. Big squeeze to lift. Keep sending those knees out over the ankles, just like we were doing before, without the legs bound. 3 more. Press the knees into each other. Last 2. Big articulation, good. Final 1, of course, hold it at the top, and we're just gonna drop those hips down halfway to the floor, lift right back up. Halfway down and lift. Basically untuck the butt, then tuck it back in. Untuck and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold up as high as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1, roll all the way down through the spine. Good. Uncross those legs, recross the other way, left ankle on top of right, both feet are flat, knees press into each other, inner thighs press into each other. We roll up, slow, slow, slow articulation. Because yes, the slower, the more tedious, the harder, but also the more effective. You really gotta think, you gotta press into those muscles. You can't just bypass the work if you go slowly. Let's go for 4 more here. Big roll. Bring it back down. Good. For 3. Keep pressing those knees into each other. I know that's the hardest part. For 2. Good. You got it. Last one. Bring those hips up as high as you can. Drop them down halfway and lift. Go up. Go down, then up. Down, up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold those hips up as high as you can. We hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way down. Woo! Bend those knees into your chest. Circle the knees in one direction and circle them the other way. Just extend one leg out to the side. This will be a little Peter Pan stretch here for your legs. So one leg goes out. Ooh, that feels good. Gently hold on to that other bent knee with the same arm on that side to press that knee towards the floor in the opposite direction. And then you can kind of just use your hands to gently guide your legs. So you can maybe lift up from beneath your thigh to make the stretch a little bit less intense. Maybe press down on the inner thigh to get a little more intensity in the inner thigh stretch. Just try to keep the hips level on the floor as you press the legs away from each other. Deep breath in, big exhale out. When you're ready, that first leg folds in, the other leg comes out. And again, just holding on either on the inner or outer thigh, depending on how intense of a stretch you need here or how far you can go. And like for this one, this is tight. But do your best, just breathe into it. Every day is gonna feel different. Deep breath in and deep breath out. When you're ready, bring both legs in towards center. Rock yourself up to seated. And I want you to just send your legs straight out in front of you and bring your feet just to the corners of the mat. We're gonna take a big inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Try to keep the back flat for as long as possible until you fold over, reach for the toes. Good. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot and just open up that left arm behind you. Getting a nice deep twist through the spine. You can just try to look over behind you or that left shoulder as you twist. Come back through center. Left hand to the outside of that right foot. Open up the right hand behind you. Big twist. Good. When you're ready, come back through center. Roll up all the way nice and tall. And then just bring your hands down by your side. Roll the shoulders back for a second. We're gonna pop back onto all fours and come all the way down onto our stomach. So lie it all the way down. If you just felt your knee crack as you did that, great, congratulations. If you didn't, your knees are probably less bendy than mine, which is good, much better for you. We're gonna do a little bit of back extension and stretching here. So we're gonna go into our baby swan to start. So I want you to press the tops of the feet down into the floor. Hands are gonna be right under the shoulders. And right away, drop the shoulders down the back. Get a little bit of length there. So your neck is nice and long. You don't have to be crunching on that cervical spine. Your tailbone is tucked underneath you. So your belly button is pulling slightly away from the floor. From here, we're gonna pull the shoulder blades together behind us to help us lift up, lifting our chest just a little bit off the floor, only until the elbows are in line with the ribs, and then we roll back down, keeping it nice and small and slow to start. But I want us to focus on form here. So really think about every time you come down at the bottom, those shoulders pull away from the ears, and the shoulder blades pull together behind you to help you lift up. Your neck isn't doing any of the work. Your chin should never see the ceiling. You should be gazing just a few inches in front of you as you pull those shoulders back. Good, let's go for 4 more here. Keep squeezing the glutes as you lift up. That'll actually help you get a little bit higher than thrusting the neck up. 3 more. Deep breaths in and out as you move through this work. Last 2. Good. Final 1. Bring it all the way down. And I want you to take those hands, make them into fists. Bring the fists right underneath your shoulders. When we reach up this time, I want you to extend the arms back behind you, reaching those fists just over your hips. Keep pulling the shoulder blades together. Bend everything back in. Bring those fists right underneath the armpits again. We reach everything out. Lengthen through the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. And pull the shoulder blades together. That's the only part that's getting a little crunchy. The neck is long. The back is long. 5 more here. Good. Keep breathing through it. It helps. 4 more. Good. Abs still pull in for 3. Good. Last 2. Final 1. I want you to hold those fists back behind you. Tap your hands together behind your back for slow 8 claps. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything down. Hands under the shoulders. Press yourself back. Child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. When you're ready, roll yourself forward and come into the center of your mat. We're going to be on the knees. So once you lift yourself up, so you're just like basically, you're kneeling. That's something. What's the word I'm looking for? Kneeling is the word. All right. Have your feet just about hip width apart. Tops of your feet are going to press down into the mat. I want you to bring your hands right in front of you. Palms are going to be they can face up or can just face in towards each other. Either one's fine by me for this. I want you to start by tucking your tailbone and slowly start to lean yourself back. So it's like you're making a big Z shape with your body. And then lift right back up using the strength of your quads. So I don't want you going all the way back. This isn't like a full camel thing. This is all about control using the front side of your body. The tailbone is tucking slightly underneath you as you go. The glutes are still squeezed, but it's that front side of your body, those low abs and those quads that help you lift back up. Do not rush through this. You'll be missing all the work. Lean it back and just keep those arms in front of you for a little counterbalance work. Let's go for 5 more here. Oh good, I'm hitting the nice creaky spot on my floor whenever I do this. 4 more, that's how I know I'm hitting the spot. Last 3. Good. Squeeze those glutes. 2 more. Press into those quads. Final 1. Come all the way up. Good. Send one leg in front of you for a little bit of a release for those quads. So I want you just to come into proposal lunge. One knee's in front of the other. We press forward, tuck the tailbone slightly here, hips square off. Just feel a nice release to the front side of your leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. When you're ready, bring that leg back in. We'll switch sides.
Other knee comes forward, 90-90 with both knees. We lean that whole shape forward, tuck the tailbone slightly. Get that nice big stretch, keep squaring off the hips. Big inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good. When you're ready, come back through center. And we're gonna just kind of twist around. So you're in the center of your mat, but you've got space on both sides. We're gonna do a little bit of side ab work here to finish things off. So I want you to just extend your right leg out to the side, stacking your left hip over your left knee. So the left side of your body, super straight, super supported, abs are pulling in. Hands are gonna come behind the head, palm over palm at the nape of your neck. Elbows are out wide without being like thrust back. So tiny bend, you can see them in your peripheral vision. Start by lengthening out of the waist first. From here, we're just gonna tip over to the left side without disturbing our lower body. So a twist is happening right at the waist, or not the twist, the tip, I guess more accurately. The tip over. The I'm a little teapot move, essentially. Good. Lean it over, come back. Let's go for 5 more here. Stretching out of the crown of the head as you lift. 4 more. Good, we go for 3. Last 2. Make them count, make them pretty. Last 1. Come all the way up. I want you to twist your whole upper body now to be facing towards the floor. So you're at a bizarro angle. If someone saw you in a car wreck like this, it wouldn't be good. But since we're doing this safely, this is fine. We're gonna lean down kind of just halfway in the shape and then come right back up. So we're still trying to square off the hips. So it's okay if you're not fully twisted over at like a right angle. You're still gonna feel this work in your side obliques. We're just adding a little extra fun twisting challenge here. Let's go for 5 more. 4 more, keep those elbows out wide. For 3, 2, last 1. Come up through center, untwist that body. Bring your left hand down to the floor, so left hand down the floor, and just reach that right hand up overhead. Get a nice giant stretch for your side body. This always feels so nice. And if you wanna make it a little bit fancier, maybe try twisting your torso up towards the ceiling. Just keep reaching those fingertips forward and out instead of straight down to the floor. Good. It feels nice. And it's fine if your neck crunches up here, I don't care. Doesn't matter for this, irrelevant. When you're ready, bring yourself back up through center carefully. Come back into the middle. Let's switch out to the other side. That left leg extends. Again, the right hip is stacked over the right knee. Hands come behind the head, palm over palm, nape of the neck, elbows in the peripheral, abs are pulled in. We first lift up and away from the waist, and then tip over to the right. Come back up through center. So your glutes are still squeezing here. You're trying to stabilize your low body. Abs are pulling in. And just tipping right at those obliques, those muscles right around your waist. Breathing will definitely help. Exhaling will absolutely help you crunch up with a little bit more support. At least in my opinion. Let's go for 5 more here. Lengthen out and then over. 4 more. For 3, keep breathing. It's important. Go 2. Last 1, come up through center. Twist that upper body, face it towards the floor. We come down halfway, lift right back up. So again, trying to keep the lower body as stable as possible. So it's not a huge range of motion, not a big deal. I don't want your low back doing anything wild. I want you to be able to put that hand on your left oblique and feel that's where the work is happening, right under the ribs. Keep breathing, we go for 5. 4 more, abs are still pulling in. For 3, 2, last 1. Come back through center, bring that right hand down, just extend that left arm long overhead. Reach those fingertips across the room. Shoulders down the back. Maybe we twist to turn our gaze up towards the sky. A little rotation through the spine there. If that feels good for you today. If not, skip it, doesn't matter. Good. When you're ready, come back down through center. And I want you to walk yourself, well, not walk yourself up, lift yourself up to standing. There we go. I don't know how you would walk up from the floor. And stand with your feet just about hip width apart. Wherever you can stand, where you have a nice little bit of space. We're gonna take a big inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward. So hand fingertips reach for the floor. If you can't get your fingertips to the floor, bend your knees a little bit. If you need a little more traction here, grab for opposite elbows to really help drag the crown of your head to the ground. Send your hips up as high as you can to the ceiling. Try to put a little more weight into the balls of your feet so that your heels lift slightly, giving you a little extra stretch along the backside of your body. Gently sway back and forth, twisting over to one leg and then the other. Nothing too forceful here. We're just giving the spine a moment to be in a position it just normally doesn't get to be in all day long. It doesn't have to support, the weight of your giant ass head. Let it have its break time. Good. When you're ready, come back into the center. Gently release those elbows. And reach your left foot to the outside of your right ankle. One more big spinal twist. That is like the theme of today. Is like, can we twist it? We will do it. Reach that opposite hand up towards the sky. See if you can turn your gaze up towards your right hand. And when you're ready, come back down through center. Right hand over to the left ankle. Extend the left arm up towards the sky. Big twist, big stretch. Turn that gaze up towards the sky if that's available to you today. And when you're ready, come back down through center. Circle your head in one direction. Close your eyes. You don't need to keep them open right now. Slowly circle in one direction. And then switch other way. Circle the head the other direction. Big lazy circles. Find a place of stillness in the center. Bring everything back to center. Even weight in both of your feet. Pressing down to all four corners of the feet now. Head is relaxed. Chin is relaxed. Jaw, throat, eyes, forehead. Nothing is holding any tension. And carefully starting by squeezing your glutes with a little bend in your knees. Roll yourself back up to standing. Head is the last thing to come up. Just take it nice and slow. And when you get to the top, roll your shoulders forward 3 times. Big, slow circles. Roll the shoulders back 3 times. Opening up the collarbones. Last thing here, we take a big inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, pull your hands down into your heart center. Press the palms into each other, close your eyes, and take a second to thank yourself for working so hard today because we are done. Thank you for joining me for a slightly more mellow workout. I hope you enjoyed it, got a little spinal something out of it. Once again, I'm Rachel. This is Body by Bender Mat Pilates, and I hope to see you again very soon. So thank you, and bye-bye.